Can you guys hear me now? Can you hear me now? Okay, so you can hear me? Okay, hold on one second. I'm gonna mute me, but hold on one second. Okay, can you hear me now? Am I good now? I think I had the microphone muted. Still can't? Okay, now you can. Okay, he got on the live. That's smart. I should have done that. I literally was, well, I don't know if you guys could hear me because I was muted, but good thing I was talking and I was muted. Okay, I was glad I got my eye patch on. I was like hoping I put that on. But yeah, no, I was talking a minute ago, like how I was getting on YouTube live just to like, you know, have it up in the background there. And I would have known if I had my volume up there. But hey, everybody, again, hi. I was saying I've been doing videos today, and so I've been so hot, and so I'm like trying to cool down. I don't know why you guys look so close to me tonight, but that's okay. Time to get a little intimate. So I have a question. Okay, for anybody, have you guys ever lost something and you know for a fact like you didn't get rid of it, you wouldn't sell it, like it's just something that you own that's like you just wouldn't get rid of it? Have you ever done that and like you lost it for, let's say like a year, and then like have you ever done that? Or like maybe like you found it, like what item is like that for you guys? Because I'm going to tell you this really good story in a minute. It's a really good story. For me, anyway, I thought it was fantastic. That was a fantastic story. I think I'm gonna lower you guys a little bit. I feel like something's just like off with my camera. I don't know what it is. But maybe it's because I have this computer in front of me. That could be it. It could be because I have the computer in front of me. I need to just let it go. Okay, so today, this necklace I'm wearing, I got this. It's just one of those little coin necklaces, and I got it out of one of those like Fab Fit Fun or whatever they're called, those little boxes that you can get. And I got it out of there, and I thought it was really cute. I always got compliments on it, so I wore it a lot. And I own a boutique, so I have consignment in part of my boutique on my Facebook shop. So my boyfriend kept saying, maybe you put it on your consignment and you sold it. Like you probably just sold it. And I didn't. I knew I didn't. So coming to find out, it was underneath my dresser. We pulled it out tonight, and it was underneath of there. So it's been under there for like the better part of a year. Yeah. But I found it. I was so excited. Did you find it, Isabel? I hope you say you found it. I'm going to see let me see over here. Because like, I always have a fear of like losing something like that special to me. Let me see. I'm just going to get on my live and see how close I look. Oh, wow. I'm like slow on there. I guess it doesn't look too close. I don't know. On my side, it looks like you guys are all up in my alley, but that's okay. You did. You found it. See, and I bet it was like the best feeling in the world. I don't have any rings of my mom, but I have a necklace that has her ashes in it, and I keep it hung up in my closet. And I don't wear it because I'm always afraid I'm going to lose it, and then that would be like so bad. But she would probably just like be laughing about that. Like that would be something that she would find hilarious. Like, oh, you like left me a little piece of me over here, Tanya. Like, great. Something like, I don't know, along those lines. But today is her anniversary of her passing away at 5 or 4:50 today. So I decided to do a video. Just like I wanted to do a video to keep my mind kind of busy, and it took me like 2 hours. It was the video I put out today because I wanted to get it out so bad. So I tried to hurry up and get it out. But happy Halloween, everybody. Happy Halloween, Brooklyn. Is it Cohen? Am I saying that right? That's a cute name. Happy Halloween, guys. I bet they're ready for some candy. That's like the one thing about when you're like older, you can have candy. It's not as fun anymore. But we should have done some sort of trick or treating thing. I don't know how we would do it here, but we'd think of something. Yeah, oh man, I really thought, and this isn't like, that's why I said like it's not like nothing that really means a lot to me, but it meant a lot to me, because I was like, I know I didn't lose it. And so I have another necklace I bought from when I worked at a boutique. It's probably maybe like a $20 necklace, but it's like this and it has 2 little diamonds, and I can't find it anywhere either. And last time I remember wearing it was not this past trip to LA. So it's been over a year ago to LA. And it's gone. And then, you know what happened? It was silver, and it was like so dangly that it probably just got caught, like on something, and kind of like, maybe like fell off my neck, and then I probably vacuumed it up. But I don't like that idea that I did that. I probably did that though. My grandma's rings. Oh, you hid them because of a house guest. Oh, and I still haven't found them. Been 2 years. Oh my gosh, that's the worst. My mom did that actually. Her hands got swollen one night, and she was like, well, I wasn't at the house. I was at work. And so I guess she decided to take her rings off and put them on top of her arm wire for the evening. And she never, ever, ever took her rings off. Those were like her, like part of her identity. It's part of your mom's identity. And her jewelry, I feel like is. And so she took them off, and the next like morning I came home, or next night I came home like after work. We hadn't seen each other. And I was in my 20s at the time. It was after my dad had passed away, and she asked me like where the rings were. Didn't ask me where her rings were. She asked me where my parents' rings were when they were getting, married, their wedding rings. And I was like, well, Mom, I don't know where your wedding rings are. She put them in a jewelry box after my dad passed away for me to have whenever she passed away. So I can melt them down into like a nugget, or I could have them, just whatever I wanted to do with them, because my dad's ring was damaged from the car accident he was in when he passed away. So she just like left them to the side for me. And I was like, I have no clue. So I was like, okay, she's like dreaming something up, it's Mom just being Mom. And she done forgot her ring somewhere. So that night she comes busting in my room, and she's like, where are my rings? And I'm like, okay, Okay, Cindy Lou, that's what we used to call her when she was like out of control. I'm like, what is going on, Mom? And she's like, the rings are gone. So I went into her room and I opened her drawer where they were all the time and they were gone. Like those 2 rings were gone. I didn't even know that she had taken her rings off of her fingers yet. So then she screams like, oh my gosh, I took my rings off last night. And she runs over and they're gone. Um, it was traumatizing. Like it was so bad. So we went to sleep that night because we had no clue who would have done that. We knew like, okay, we didn't just mistakenly misplace all of these items. Come to find out, my mom always left her back window open. We had a privacy fence that was up so high that you couldn't see her back window. It was like partially back, her bedroom window was partially up from like the privacy fence. So we never had a problem with anybody breaking in because we also had a cop that lived on both sides of us. Like we had a statey on one side and like a sheriff or something on the other. And so we never had a problem with, people really messing with our house or anything like that. And come to find out, a girl that I grew up with that I knew since I was 2 years old, and she got away with this too. So I guess this is my karma getting her back to have a platform of 2,000 people to tell now. She never got in trouble for it. She broke into my parents' home. We grew up together since we were 2 years old too, by the way. So my parents pretty much raised her as a second family and treated her as such. And she got on drugs really bad. So that's when we separated. Our friendship separated. She chose heroin and I chose to live, a normal life. And so she decided to break into my house with her boyfriend. And so he like hoisted her up, I guess, over the privacy fence, because we also had a 2-car garage and we always kept the door shut on our garage because we had it converted to like a big dog house for our dogs because 2 of them kind of couldn't get along after a little while. So we had this garage like converted to a home for them. So she would have been one of the only people that would have known that we were not there, that there's no cars in the garage if they weren't in the driveway. And she told me. And when I asked the cops what they were going to do about it, they said they were trying to get their ducks in a row and they never did anything about it. She got away with a lot of stuff. I guess living in a small town. But if you guys, I don't even say hi to you guys really. I've been just like looking at you guys' chat stuff. So, hey, hi, hello, everybody. I was like talking and stuff. How's everybody doing? I hope everyone's doing good tonight. I feel like you guys are so close. I'll probably say that through the whole live because I don't know why, but you guys are. They got loads of candy. Oh, they did. Oh, because it's Sunday. It's Sunday. Okay. I didn't know if they would do like Halloween, like trick or treat, if people would do it more on Saturday or if they would do it more on Sunday night, just with school being tomorrow. I'm sure they have school, I'm guessing. Yes. Yeah, who said that she still hasn't found? Yeah, Queen of the rabbit holes. Isabel's right. When you stop looking, that's when they turn up. Because that's what this, like, literally, I've been looking everywhere for this necklace, and I've cleaned this whole house. That's probably the only spot I haven't touched, like physically moved, because I move all like the furniture all the time. We have hardwood floors, so I'm always sweeping and things, and I have OCD really bad because I'm blind and one on, guys. I have a reason. It's just everything needs to be put in its spot, because if not, I won't find it. And then I get really upset when I can't find things because I feel like I can't see it in a way. But I actually find a lot more things than most people can find. A lot of people my mom used to ask me all the time to find stuff for her. Oh, are you going to take your son? Oh, tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow. I was like, I was like, tonight? That'll be fun. But yeah, so anyway, she didn't get in any trouble for that. But so I guess that's her karma. So my mom ended up losing all of her rings, and she lost like a ring that I got her, a ring that my brother got her. That's what hurt the most. My brother got her this ring that was like a cubic zirconia, and it wasn't even real like gold when he bought it for her. He got it at like one of those little quarter machines or something, like, it was like not that cheap, but it was pretty cheap. It was at a jewelry store, but it was like under $100 or something. Is something his dad had gotten him to get my mom. And it had 4 diamonds in it, like set across. And they were like almost square, but not quite square. Like a princess cup, but not quite. And I don't know. They were probably like a 1/4 carat each, maybe. And so when he gave her those, she's like, I'll never take this ring off. And so she didn't. She actually had it set in real gold. She didn't have the diamonds changed out or anything. I think she had them changed to like cubic zirconia, or that's what they were. They weren't a real diamonds, but. And so it was like the jewelry she stole really it didn't add up for anything. Like my mom and dad's wedding rings were like $100 put together. You know what I mean? This was back in the early 90s. They got their rings. They didn't care about the price of the ring. They cared about what the meaning behind it meant. And so for her and her boyfriend at the time or whatever to be, doing that, you know what is the reason? It's because I have this camera on, guys. That's why. Oh my gosh, guys, look how far you're going to be. Look how far you are from me. Oh my Lord. You guys need a break. Now I need to move you forward a little bit and put you up. I was wondering why you guys were so close to me. Okay, we all just need to take a laugh at my expense for a minute. Just laugh it up because okay, that's why. Okay, so in your settings, you have where on, like, if you guys, I don't know if you guys know, but in your settings, you have where you can put your computer camera on or your web camera. And I'm not good with this stuff. And so I'm surprised my boyfriend didn't say anything to me yet, because I've been looking at this camera since we started this live 17 minutes ago. Like, that's why I can't even concentrate. I'm like, what is going on with live? Now I can see you guys better. Yeah, I felt like you guys were like so close to me. I was like, oh my gosh. But yeah, happy early Halloween. Man, I was like, what is going on? I had a moment, See, you can see my pretty necklaces now. I don't even know. They're not even on right there. I'm like, they're not even on right, but they are. And I know my cousin is not watching this, but if she does decide to watch this on a replay, my cousin Tiffany, it's her birthday today. She's still the youngest. And I hate that now that we're older. No, I told her that this year. I said, you're the youngin' one now, because she used to always tell me I was the pretty one, which that's not true. It's not true. She's very, very, very pretty. And so I'm like, now you're the young one. So. Oh, your area had trick-or-treating tonight. Oh, trunk-or-treating. Brooklyn has teacher work day, but Cohen has school. He's not happy. Oh, yeah. If Brooklyn doesn't have school and he has to go to school, you already know what you're going to hear in the morning or tonight. I have a bellyache. It'll start. Just make him go. I mean, I'm a pushover, but my mom should have always made me go. So I should tell you, make them go. School's fun. See, well, yeah, look at my pretty face. Here we go. I know. I was like, what is going on? I did not grow up in a world with a webcam. Like, I just didn't. I went from, I don't know. Like, I never used a webcam. We just had phones. And then before that, we had those little picture, like, clicking phones. I don't know what that was. But we had, like, those little, like, flashing phones, that you, like, disposable. No, okay, so today I was going to make him dress up with me. And then I totally forgot. So I'm going to make him go tomorrow, because tomorrow's Halloween, technically. And if we go tomorrow, there might be some really good sales, I was thinking. So I'm going to make him do the eyeball thing. Might be the easiest, but if I get my eyeball put back in, I'm not going to have him do that. I'll probably just, maybe I'm doing a parrot anyway. Yeah, I'll probably if I can find a bird costume that doesn't cost me like an arm and a leg, I would love to do that. Or an eyeball. But welcome, everybody. If you guys haven't yet, please click the like button. And I'm going to move my light a little bit closer now that I have you guys a little bit closer. I cannot believe I just did that. That's so funny. You live and you learn, really, on that YouTube. When I learned how to do like video reels and like Instagram and things like that, I learned that because I worked at a boutique. So that was like kind of what I got paid to do. And then here was what I got paid to do. But here, making like videos, I'm not good at uploading them to my computer yet and learning how to edit and all that stuff. So I'm doing a lot of it on my phone still. So a lot of the time you'll see me, I won't be using like my white microphone. I'll be using like a cordless one, which is not the greatest. So I think I'm going to make him I'll make him be the parrot if I can get a costume that doesn't cost too much. Or I'll think of something. But what are you guys going as for tomorrow? Everybody? Does everybody have Halloween costumes? Have you ever dressed up before? I've never dressed up since I've been old enough to not go out and get candy. So I think the last time I dressed up was probably when I was 11 or 12. So I need to do it. My friends used to go out and like I could never find a cute costume that wasn't revealing. Every single thing about it was revealing. And I wasn't really like that. I'm pretty modest when I dress. And then it's always cold for Halloween. Like no matter what, it's cold. I don't care how much you've had to drink, you're still cold. So I didn't want to be like a sexy kitten or a sexy nurse or sexy whatever. So I was trying to think of something that was like a little more clever. But I think you guys had some really, really good ideas. We talked about it the other day. Did you guys see that? I was looking on lives earlier. Dolly was carving a pumpkin for Quentin. I was just like, my Lord, guys. I saw that and I was just like, I've been trying to watch some YouTube today. But I watch YouTube every day. Or I have it on in the background, while I'm like cleaning or something. I'm super excited about tomorrow. Wouldn't be able to go to sleep yet anyway. Oh, and I forgot to show you guys last night. Remember, I know like I'm not even trying to say your name. Like girl, Ether. I don't know why I can't get that word out of my mouth, but we had the Happy Meal. Well, I had the Happy Meal the other night, and so I got super excited about this toy because it was like right up my alley. So my boyfriend doesn't really. I embarrass him a lot, a whole lot, and so I have to. That's my job. And you guys remember the movie Space Jam? Like from the 90s with Michael Jordan. Well, this is what came. I got this cute, awesome little Michael Jordan. Oh, I don't know if this is Michael Jordan. Yeah, no, it's LeBron. I think LeBron plays the new movie, but he like fits in here, and then like this is the little basketball for it. And I shot the basketball, and the first time I made it in, I was so excited. I was like, Vincent, he wasn't even looking. So I went out there first off, I was singing the Space Jam songs to him. And like, I think like I got like 4 out by the time he was like, what are you doing? Because he had never heard of Space Jam before. So we almost broke up for a minute. Just kidding. But then I made the ball and I was super excited. So that was my toy I got. I'm always excited about it. I had to keep it for at least a little while longer. But I was going to show you guys last night and I was like, I forgot to bring my Space Jam thing in there to show them guys. You tried to watch, but Betty opened her mouth and I was out of there. Yeah. Did you hear her talking in the background? I'm like, does she not know there's a camera rolling right now? Because I was getting ready for this. I was getting ready for this live, and I was like, oh, I gotta try to, try to write some stuff down. Let me see if I could find it. She was saying like, she came into town. And she's the one that exposed Billy Joe and this, that, and the other. And I think she was like talking to just another person that's just there. And I'm going to say this. Okay. I saw the sign. I got a real good look at the sign that she's talking about, one of the signs that they stole today. Because in my head, she's saying these signs are like a lot of money. And I'm like, okay, really? Because signs could be a lot of money if you get your supplies somewhere like Target. Their little cardboard signs to write on them is like, it's not a lot, but it's like $3, right? But you go to Dollar Tree and you're in a whole new world, and that's Dolly's world. I feel like she'd be in her comfort zone there. So she probably went to Dollar Tree, got a white poster board, because that's what it is. The lettering that's stickered onto it, Dollar Tree, you can get it there for $1.25. It used to be Dollar Tree, but they raised the price 25 cents. Beginning of this year, I don't know. I don't make the rules. So there you go. That's what $2.50 for and then you get then there's a picture of Quentin on the front of it. I love that picture of Quentin, but you can get that off the internet and print that off your printer for, let's say, less than a penny with the ink and everything. So with that said, she did not lose $40 worth, or not 40, but she did not lose all this money worth of, posters. If she made 10 posters, she's out like $20, maybe $30 tops. And it's not her money, because people were like betting, or people were donating to her channel for her to buy these supplies, because it was told actually on Dolly's channel. So that's so funny. Like that she sits there and she talks about everything she talks about is these signs and how these people stole her signs and oh my God, her signs. And but in reality, people sent her money. I saw it in another chat to buy the signs and the balloons, which, Did you see this morning's live? Did you see my short? Did anyone see my short today that I made? You can go watch it real quick, or if you got something, an iPad, watch it. I mean, sometimes I'm just sitting there and I just got to record it. I mean, I can't even get up because I'm like, this is not even. It's not like it's not worth it. It's so much worth it to show. Like, it's so worth it to show you guys and get that laugh. Like, I just have to record it there because I just can't even get up to do a whole video on it and waste that much breath. But it's like, it's funny. She was literally checking. Okay, they're out searching today because did anyone see? I guess let's back up. Man, I'm nosy, I swear. Did anyone see the glare last night? And he was on live with Dolly. I guess we'll start there. Exactly. And if for that price, make 50,000, make 50 of them. Or start I mean, I have where at my house, my printer, it costs me a certain amount of money a month for a certain amount of pages a month. I can print up, I can print 10,000 for $100 or something a month. I don't know. I can't remember the exact prices. I only pay $10, I think, a month for 150 pages. So if you think about that, you print out flyers. You can even print it out on this nice cardstock that I use. This stuff's thicker than paper. It would be, I mean, they would be nice. Oh, I didn't see it. Let me see. I mean, did I like it? Maybe I was going to go back to it because some of you guys were commenting and I was like, man, I need to address these because they were good. You guys had some good stuff. Let me see if I can find them. Let me know what the comment was about because I did get a lot of comments today, but let me see if I can. It's hard to go to me to go to my videos fast. I feel like I'm not the fastest in the world, but if I know which video is under, I'll be able to do it. I'll be able to look faster. But yeah, so the beginning of the video today on their live was this morning, and they're on a 4-wheeler. I don't know if many of you guys are from rural areas. Are you guys from more rural areas where there's everybody has their own backyard kind of deal, and it's kind of acreage between houses? Or are you guys more from a city or suburb where things are just maybe more clustered together? Just kind of let me know where you guys are from. I'm from both, really. I was born in the city, but I moved to the suburbs, the Royal area, and then I moved back to the city. And now I live in the middle of both. I used to like her, but with the incredible Jane, the exclusive super secret witness with Kiely case, and come to find out it was all BS. Then with this Quentin overload fiasco, I'm just over it. Oh, I didn't even know about the Kiely Rodni thing. I'm echoing over here. I just started following her a couple days ago just because now she just keeps popping up on my lives because I followed a couple. But you have to comment, and I want to comment so bad it makes me cringe. I can't, because I want to comment on something and it says when I go to comment subscriber only mode, and I'm like, okay, I'll subscribe for 2 seconds to comment, and then it says you have to be a subscriber of an hour or more, and I just don't have. I know what'll happen. I'll forget, which I should just subscribe because I won't forget the next day when I see something else. But I just don't want to subscribe. Oh yeah, see, I didn't know that Betty was I didn't know that Betty had done that. So let me get a banner going. I should probably get a banner going in here. Well, everybody, welcome to tonight's live. And we got a pretty good crew going tonight. I wasn't really going to come on, but then I was like, you know what? I need to, because I just saw some things and I keep seeing some things. So I was just like, I'm going to come on and see what you guys think. Because really, what the hell is going on? Really? You live in a town that the population is 158 people? Is that what you're saying right now? Queen of the Rabbit Hole? What did you say, Tammy? Not sure. I just got home. Blowhard Betty says, well, y'all can see those briars there. She wouldn't have went through that. She would have been all scratched up. Go on, Dolly. Let's move forward. Go on, Dolly. Tell me again how you got a degree in criminal justice and applied science, and then you're a CSI of some sort. We have all the time in the world for credentials. Oh my Lord. So she's okay. Yeah. So today she's driving on a four-wheeler. Her and Dolly, mind you. Okay. I didn't realize it, but she was on the back of Dolly's four-wheeler. She's riding. Just imagine that. Just picture that. Just you wake up at 6 o'clock, in the morning. You're actually I woke up at 5 a.m. today. I'm pretty mad about that because I've been sleeping so good. And then tomorrow I cannot wait. I'm gonna I haven't slept like that in 3 years. And then tomorrow I have to wake up early. So I don't know if I'll be able to get my good sleep back, but I hope I do because I woke up cranky because I woke up at 6 or 5 a.m. Finally get on, YouTube or whatever, and I see her. And last night I saw the glare, and that's what I was going to tell you guys, the glare and Dolly's interview. So did you guys, hi, Miss Kelly. Did anybody else, sorry, to see that? I forgot to look in the chat if you guys said you had seen that. And I'll look at your guys' comments while you're doing that. She says, sorry, my phone keeps crashing. Oh, it's okay. If not, you can always watch it in a replay, but we're here if you come back. If you crash, anyway. So last night, the glare, CSI, it's like crime scene investigation. So that's who goes in when you're like a crime scene investigator. You're the one that goes in and you collect like samples to test like in labs and stuff and be sent out. Things like fingerprints, DNA, blood, tissue. They're the guys that go in and spray all the luminol and it all kind of brightens up. They have even TV shows about it. I grew up watching this first CSI and they just brought it back on TV. Cannot wait to catch up on it. Oh my gosh, I was so excited. Because I used to love that show. I just grew up really liking crime. When people say they grew up like little singing, at 2 years old, no, that was me in true crime. And I'm not like exaggerating that. I just really, really like it a lot. And ever since my dad passed away, that's when it really got hardcore for me. I remember with my mom staying with her, just always watching crime TV, like crime shows. She hated it. She's like, can we change it? And I'm like, no, first 48's on. That was what I was watching when I was with her a lot. Oh, hey, Janet. Oh, look at the pumpkin. What happened? I didn't see that. Oh, I'm in southern Minnesota, as you know. Is that Minnesota? Yeah. Can't stand it. Oh, I miss California, the ocean, and more mild weather. Weather here is hell on my health. Cali is so expensive, though, and changed so much. Yeah, it is so expensive. It does feel good, though, if you're achy on your bones. I live in Ohio, and it's bad out here. I couldn't imagine. I don't know if the weather's like out there, but it gets pretty cold in Ohio. The colder the weather, the worse it gets. Seems like my metal physically gets cold. It feels like, when metal is outside and it gets cold, that's kind of what it does, but it's in your body doing that. So I'm constantly freezing cold, and I'm constantly achy, but I try not to complain, but it's hard not to because it's hard to get around, especially because when you have metal in your legs, the resistance from the snow and the wind is like no other. You don't feel it when you have just regular bones in your legs. You learn, I guess, that's just resistance and stuff. But when you have metal put in and there's that weight put to you, it just creates more. It's just more resistance. It's harder to walk through snow, things like that. Like even sand and stuff like that. Most stupidest search I've seen. If it was me, I'd been on the world on the grill. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so what they're doing is they're chilling. So I guess no one really saw the last night. The glare said him and Dolly had an interview together. It was more of a fighting match. And the glare, I don't like that guy at all, but he actually was really, really cool to Dolly last night. Dolly got off his live for a minute because he had to do something, and he left the glare alone on his live alone. And the glare even said, I could take this opportunity now to troll him, but I'm not going to do that. Blah, blah, blah. And he kept just asking him, what are you doing to physically help find this missing girl? He really made some valid points. I'm not taking up for the guy, but last night you might want to check that one out, because that interview was actually pretty decent because he was being a decent human being. I don't know if you guys saw that. So today, all of a sudden, Dolly and, Betty, what do you know? They're out searching for baby Quentin. After Dolly removed him from his chat last night, he was on panel or whatever, and he just took him off. He didn't want to hear what he had to say anymore, so he just took him off. I couldn't believe it. I hope Dolly has money to replace the clutch with him because he couldn't drive that thing. No, he couldn't. I grew up with driving and riding four-wheelers with a friend of mine. And we actually grew up in an area where a little boy, he actually had a tragic accident with a four-wheeler, and he flipped backwards going up the hill, and he didn't make it. And he was only 8 or 9, and it was like 2 roads back from my house. So we were extremely careful and cautious, and we knew how to drive those things. So if you're from a rural area, you know that backyards are like acres. Sometimes you can have a backyard that's like your family can own 50, 100 acres easily. No problem. Well, it looks like they're driving around what appears to be the backside of a subdivision almost, like where there's like a lot of trees and grass, but there's like a guardrail and such. Doesn't look like they went very far from the property at all that they're camped out in front of. So they're back there. They're not searching. So I need to stop using that word. They're driving. Betty's looking over her shoulder. They're looking over their shoulder. And as you can see, like on camera, clearly there is trash, debris, litter. There is garbage. I mean, it's bad down there. If you're looking for a 20-month-old, I don't care if you're looking for a person my size, you're going to have to get off the four-wheeler and go down, right, and look. And then I love that Dolly says, and I think that they don't realize that they're live and they say stuff, they mumble it under their breath, like you're not going to hear them. And then it's like he mumbles something like, oh, is that tire? Oh, there's a lot of tires down there. Well, what would a 20-month old baby fit in perfectly? A tire. Sorry, guys. So instead of getting off the four-wheeler, they're still cruising. Just keep on cruising, don't look in the tires. It's cool. And then all of a sudden, you just happen to see this. And it's a black trash bag, and it's a hump, just happens to be sitting right there all of a sudden, right? Out of all these white bags and this litter, no trash that's black, all of a sudden you see this perfectly round looking black trash bag. Bum, bum, bum. Trying to give you guys the dramatics. All right, I'm going to try to get to your chat in a second so I can tell you guys this. So she gets off the four-wheeler because, of course, Betty's going to get off the four-wheeler. Hell, Dolly's like, I'm not going to go over there and look. I mean, I guess. And she goes to look, and he goes, put some gloves on or, like, get a stick or something. And I'm like, are you guys really that dramatic? Like, really, really? It was too dramatic for that time in the morning for me. Too dramatic. Like, of course it wasn't a baby. Of course it was nothing. So then instead of looking around anywhere else, like while she's off the freaking, while you're off, the four-wheeler, why don't you look around somewhere? She gets back on the four-wheeler. They literally searched for less than 35 minutes. And I'm like putting that with her intro and everything. Like, it was bad. It was so despicable that like, it was disgusting. Like, don't even try. Don't even try. Like, just keep doing what you guys were doing. Because you're good at that. At least you're good at like yelling and keeping up the fiasco that you are causing. But to like go out there and pretend that you're looking for a baby that we all are missing, it's sick. It's just sick. There's no other word around it. I mean, I just couldn't handle life. So I had to I did a short today on it. I did the video. I was looking. I was like, oh my gosh. My mom always watches Dateline. Always tells me, be careful. I don't want to see you on Dateline. Oh, that sounds like my mom. Oh. My parents used to tell us all kinds of stuff because we're from Pennsylvania. So, during Christmas shopping in Philadelphia, they will hide under your vehicle. And when you are walking by the vehicles or like maybe you're getting into your own vehicle, they will like slice the back of your like Achilles tendon, so that you drop your bags and you drop to the ground. So, I mean, obviously you're going to drop to the ground immediately if that happens. And then they just steal your shit and they're gone. So my mom, like, that's what she taught us growing up. Like, or my mom, and my dad. So kids, we knew, we were like really taught common sense was like just something that was ingrained in our head, and like even above and beyond common sense. Like we're pretty smart kids. I don't know. Forrest Shark, Queen of the Rabbit Holes. He literally almost threw our Betty off as sad as he laughed. I laughed so hard. She was just like, well, that's when I knew that they were all there together, because I didn't know really who the camera person was at first. And then she got off and then she got back on. And I was like, no freaking way. Like, that's happening right now. It was so funny. It really, I mean, it is entertainment. That was entertainment tonight. That was. But it's just like, you cannot be doing that, you know? Oh my God, I hate the weather. Oh. I'm sorry. I like always read it silently, but oh my God, I hate the weather. Okay, I don't mind spring and fall. Like fall, me too. I like spring and fall, but they're so quick, and the summer is terribly hot and humid. I like the summer though. I'm super heat sensitive. Oh, and spend most summers inside. Winter is hell. See, I'm a summer girl, but I think that I shouldn't be out in the sun so much. Like I put sunblock and everything on, but I noticed last year I literally got like this, I don't know, it was like brown, like right here. It just turned super brown. Like the first time the sun came out and I got like, that base tan, it like my forehead looked like it had like freckles like all over it. And I was like, what in the hell happened to my head? To the point where my boyfriend actually was like, okay, we're going to get you new makeup. He's like, we'll get you new makeup. Cause like, I was like freaking out, but I noticed I've been using new products, and I noticed that they're gone, they're going away. And so I've just been using Clinique, and I'm going to do a review of it because I haven't done a review in a while, and I love to do reviews. So that's what I've been using on my face. Because I'm getting, older, and from my accident, your skin changes and stuff when they put metal in places, the pigment, the way the texture is, even like my eyelashes are a different texture on this side. It's just, I don't know why they didn't all fall out, and I didn't have to like regrow them. They're just like thicker. It's just, they're more like, I don't know, just weird. Who said they had their brother that had a prosthetic in here? Who had the brother? And gloves. Yeah, I know, right? Exactly. Yeah. Like, and it was just the only black bag there. And then all of a sudden she gets back on the four-wheeler, and that's when you see them kind of coming out towards they look like they're coming into like the subdivision. I don't know if you guys know what a subdivision is, but if everyone does, but it's just like a housing like complex. Like it's usually like a circle or some shape, and maybe they're like cookie cutter kind of houses, or they're just have like just housing developments back there. But that's what it looked like to me. So it looked like they just went like a street over, which was, I mean, I understand you have to start somewhere, but I mean, be real here. If the police are out there searching, like, won't you go out? Like, they don't want to get their hands dirty. They wouldn't even get off the four-wheeler. And then they're like, well, we're going to put our body cams on and go back out. I don't know. I just don't believe it. They are going down the road. They went across the highway. They went back to a construction site, and they passed all these paths that are back in the woods, but said there was none. Yeah. And then they're like, well, a lot of it is private property, and like a lot of it is old private property. No trespassing signs and stuff like that. It's like, what is that ever going to really stop them? I just don't see that stopping them. If this was like Brian, and then she was even saying like stuff about the Brian Laundrie case again, talking about how when you go out there, you can still smell Brian Laundrie where we found him. It's like, you didn't find him, Betty. You didn't do these things. Like, you didn't do these things, Betty. It's okay. You don't have to say you did. We'll like you if you want us to like you. No, we can't. I'm like, no, we can't. No. I mean, we would if she wanted us to. There was a blue tote they passed right by and didn't even bother to check it out. Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, I must have looked the other way for a minute or something. Oh my gosh. Because I have one eye, but I swear I have an eye for detail. It's really bad. That's why I was so good at my old job. Is it hot there? Just really hot up there? Is that why you don't like the summer? Yours did that too? Yeah. It's just, I don't know. I know that somebody on here had a brother though with a prosthesis. Laurel and Hardy. I don't know them. I don't have my pen. I'll have to remember that. I'll look in the chat whenever we're done. Laurel and Hardy. I've never heard of them. Have you ever tried rose hemp oil and the gualstein stone on the face? Supposed to help anti-aging on the face and such. I did. I used to have one. I had the stone, but I didn't know how to use the stone. But I had the roller thing, and I broke it. I dropped it one day and it broke out of the freezer. So then I have one in the freezer right now. It's probably been in there for a year. It's real frozen. It's really good. But it's like one that's plastic, and it looks like it's going to work a lot better, I think, than the stone, just because I think that can drop it a little bit more. I'm clumsy. It's crap. But I have a thing for buying stuff and then not using it. So if you ever have something that you think that you want to buy, just ask me for a review first, because I probably have it in my home. I'm not kidding at all. I own a little bit of everything. I have like the face steamer. I have the face, like two of those little, like the ones that have the brushes, that cleanse the face. I've got it all. I've got eye masks and face masks and eyelashes. I was going to do eyelashes, but I didn't have the glue, so I need to get the glue to do those. I was going to try to put on fake eyelashes, but they were very thin. Like, they weren't that much. Because the more I'm seeing people with fake eyelashes now, I think we're finally coming out of it, because some people just go too far with it. So just like some of those eyelashes, but I thought about doing them. Dolly, Squirrels on Fire, and other channels always say that they have to smoke a blunt. That's fine, y'all, if that's your thing, but don't advertise it on your channel when you're blaming others. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for bringing that up, because I have my medical card, but you're not going to see me on here saying I need to get high, or there's not enough time, in the live for that many blunts, or, Squirrels on Fire said something like along those lines one night. And I was just like, what did she say? Like, there's not enough time for that many blunts in her life. And I told my boyfriend today too, we talked about this. I think that if you're on YouTube, if you're a creator, you should present yourself as that's how you are, like, okay, that's how you want to be seen. And whether you present yourself like that in the beginning and you show people who you are in the beginning, or it comes out later on, because, you're not going to be able to pull off a facade for very long on YouTube and put out content. You're going to get bored of your own facade. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I think that either way, you just got to be real. It's going to come out either way. If you're not real, or if you're real, I just think that when you see people like that, they're trying overly hard to be to be real and like relatable or something, that it's like that's not relating to everybody. Just be if that's who you are, though, that's who they are. I don't know. But also I hear a lot with creators, and Squirrels on Fire is one of them. I would like for her to explain to me like what her Kiely Rodni theory is, because she's like always got these theories, but I've never heard, like, in all these lives, I just don't know what the theory is. So I would like for her to sit down and like tell me what her theory is. That would be nice. Because she's always talking about it. She's always talking about like the police are going to be after me. They're going to summons me. My computer's going to get hacked. Like, she talks about that all the time. I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, I don't know. I only have like 2,000 subscribers. She has like 3,000 or something, or 4. I don't see like your life or being put in jeopardy because you're doing something on YouTube. You're talking about a car going in the water that everybody else on YouTube is talking about the same video, but you're talking about it in a little bit different light, which I don't know what light it is, because I can't ever catch that. But like she just thinks like they're after her. Like a lot, I've heard it with like a lot of different like YouTubers. I don't know if you guys have heard that, but it's just like, I don't think they're going to be with you. They found a meth lab too. Who did? I think I missed something. Oh, was that in the blue tarp? Because they usually put them in tarps. Tammy said, I am truly starting to wonder if baby Q was traded for drugs. Oh, they think nobody, no charges. They know he isn't in the landfill. That's why they said it. Just a thought that happened near my hometown. I was gonna say that just sounds so terrifying, but if that was the case, like wouldn't that be miraculous if like nothing happened to him and like someone had brought him forward? I think that somebody would bring him forward. I feel like someone would be like, oh my God, like I got this baby, like I got this kid, that's someone's kid. Because you can drop your kid off at like churches, hospitals, things like that. You're allowed to like do that, like take them, drop them, peace out. With a baby being 20 months old, though, how much do they retain as far as like being able to like identify somebody or know somebody? That's 2 years old almost. I don't know. Oh, she pointed it out and they just kept on riding. I didn't even know that. I didn't even hear that. I probably did. Maybe I don't, with her, it's crazy. I'm like really thirsty tonight. I got my F cup. It's for Florio, if you guys are ever wondering. It's Vincent's last name. I'm like, I wonder if people ask, like, wonder, like, what is the Florio or F on there for? BHB pointed it out and they just kept, oh, okay, I just read that one. Oh, yeah, she's nuts. I was wondering if the landfill was just a distraction. He is probably somewhere else with someone else. So, okay, like, let me think. When she said the baby was in the landfill, when I'm wondering, I'm trying to think of how I want to say it. I'm like wondering when she said it. Like, was it, because, like, you know what I mean? Because there has to be a reason why they're searching the landfill. And if there's not, like, if that's, I don't know, like they have to have a good reason, I would think. And they have like people that are trained to check just there. I couldn't even imagine having that job. Like you go to the FBI and you're in training and they're like, well, you got, you're to be trained to be a person that goes in the dumpsters. Like I couldn't imagine. And then trying to find something like that on top of that smell. How do you even find that? Because I've never been around a body before, but my dog was put down before and I've smelled, so that's like a smell when they release everything that you just don't forget. And I don't know if that's the same kind of smell, but I'm assuming that's similar to that. But you still wouldn't be able to smell that over trash like that much, a landfill full of trash. I think that they are doing the best job that they can, though, by at least pulling it, they're doing it strategically. I can't ever say that word. Like they're pulling it away from the actual plant and they're going through it that way. And you see those people, they know how to search. They're doing a grid search where you see them like 10 deep long. They're not even like arm lengths away. They're literally where they can be like locking arms and they're going straight through and then they go one way and then they go the other way. I'm like, that's what she said. She said that their when they were searching, their search was like so well organized. I said, first off, what search and where's the organization at? Because I have not seen it. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's what. Well, I went and got my did I say eyebrows? I meant eyelashes, but if I said eyebrows or eyelashes, yeah, I did. But my eyelashes, yeah. There's when I went and got them done, the one time I did. I was like, I want to get my eyelashes done. And so I went and got them done. And she was like, you have a lot of eyelashes. And I was like, really? She's like, yeah. She's like, they're kind of just fine. She's like, but they're there. There's a lot. And I was like, oh, okay. I didn't even know that. So now that I have right now my eye is like shut. So it's like that. And it's, kind of pressed down because the stitches, they're sutures. So I can see how long my actual eyelashes are right now. And I'm like, these things are pretty long. Which I meant to do a video. I meant to make a video. I'm going to have to do it tomorrow before I get this taken off because I wanted to do a video of her, my eye for people that want to see it. Is it possible that baby Q is buried in the woods? I mean, it is possible because it does look like it's like woodsy around that area. I'm not sure what it looks like behind that gate and stuff back there, really. Let's see. Sorry, I got kind of lost in the comments there. No, they got off the four-wheeler because they smelled something dead and found a dead. Oh yeah, they found the deer. Oh yeah, and had been cleaning campfire and some metal funnels and some other stuff and called it a meth lab. Oh, so what? Okay, let me see what they found. They found a deer. Okay, that had been cleaned. So the deer had been like skinned and cleaned, and a campfire and some metal funnels. Metal, okay. I don't know. It could have been just a can metal. I don't know what a metal funnel would be good for. But then again, I don't know what a meth lab looks like. But I'll tell you a funny story. I got so many funny stories. If I like pop something off, just let her tell that funny story because I'll tell you some good stuff. I was living with my mother right after my car accident. We were outside one day at her apartment, and we look over to our left and we see these two people, like these two individuals just running with actually a baby blue tote. That's why I said it. And me and my mom were looking and we're like, where the heck did they come from? Well, come to find out, here comes the police, come to find out they had a meth lab like stored in there, and they were living back where these two huge like cylinder tunnels were, and they were just living there. And I was like, how scary is that? Like literally right there. And they were running with their meth lab. Like, who does that? But I don't know what it was in the tote. So I don't know how to make the meth, or I don't know how that works, but well, the baby girl, let me see here. Oh, well, the baby girl near here was traded to the dope mom. Oh, wow. Wow. See, and they said, so you said, Tammy said, well, the baby girl near here was traded to the dope man. Wow. He was a RSO, and he said that baby girl until she was unalive. They since found her and solved the case. Mom and dope man is locked up. Wow. Well, you guys heard about, I can't remember the child's name, but the mother, I think she sold her child to a guy for dope or something, and then he ended up like killing the child, something like that. It wasn't that long ago. See, they have CCTV of her. See, and that's the thing though. Like right now, she was supposed to be getting evicted from her mom's. So she could just say she had every reason to be there. She was throwing her stuff away. But why wouldn't you just throw it away at your mom's house in the trash can at the same time? Do you know what I mean? Like, why take it to the actual dumpster? Like, who does that? Like, to that dumpster? Why wouldn't you just throw whatever you needed away right there? Especially because they're going to see how big whatever it was she threw away is. Like, she's going to tell, like, they're going to be able to tell, like, exactly how big, unless he's, in something that's, huge, but they're still going to know. They're still going to look. They're still going to find it. I work at hospice, and I promise you it's a smell you don't forget, especially if it's been a day or two. Yeah. See, that's one thing I can compare it to, because I've never smelled, other than, my father was embalmed and everything. So it wasn't like we could smell him or anything like that. Leilani knew those cameras were on those dumpsters. That's why she was there putting stuff in the dumpster, but I don't think it was Quentin. Yeah, she could have just done that as a diversion. Like, she could have went to those, and then she could have said, that's where she put them. I'm just wondering when she said that exactly. Oh, yes. The mom only got 10 years for that. She was beautiful. That little girl was beautiful. I can remember her. I can like picture her. I can picture him carrying her. And it makes me sick. That's like one of the last pictures. I know so many cases, and sometimes I just forget the names because, I just remember the stories, and they really do impact you. And now that I'm actually doing true crime more often and everything, it's way more impactful. It really, really is. It's completely different. Like, I've been getting really upset with Kiely Rodni case. People are still talking about it. Like, I know there's a lot of things that are really not right about that case, but it's like people are still dissecting every Sammy Smith interview. And I swear, I think that girl's just dumb. think she just says some stupid things. She might have did something stupid. I don't know. I don't have any way to prove that. I'm not sure. But I think she really just says some stupid things. And I think that going over her interviews, because she's only done, what, 2 or 3? It's like if I see another Sammy Smith interview, I'm going to gouge my own eyes out. Like, do we just let her rest? Because it's like, who is it really hurting at this point? Like, really? I mean, I don't know. And I think that Kiely was a beautiful girl, and I think she deserves all the justice in the world. I really do. But I don't think that she deserves it like this, where people are just picking and prodding and dissecting every little piece, grain of salt. Like, saying even to the, I don't know, just saying to the point where I saw like something about like Jagger had, I guess, pieces of Kylie's car like in his hand or something, and I don't know, like glass. And if that was him doing that, he shouldn't have probably did that. But them saying that wasn't her car, and now people are spinning off on that, like, I don't know. It's just, there's so many other cases out there that we really need to focus on and concentrate on. And we actually got some damn good news in the freaking YouTube crime community. If y'all haven't watched my video from today, go watch it after this live. But if you guys have watched my video today, you guys know that they have a man in custody for the Delphi murders. Or probably shouldn't say murder. Well, unalivings. So that little piece of crap's behind behind bars right now, and we'll see him on Monday. Let me see here. I'm trying to think. Hold on 1 second. Oh, Richard. For some reason, I can never remember the guy's name, and it's my uncle's name. Richard Allen is the guy that they arrested Friday. So did you guys hear about that? Do you guys know about the Delphi case with Abby and Libby? Did you see it, Tammy? See, that's something like we all should be taking a minute, because it's kind of almost an excuse for YouTubers, almost an excuse for us to go, let's take a break for one day. It's just, say praise to these cops that did this great job. This police department, finally, they caught the guy. They didn't do it wrong. They were playing the cards right. And we say so many times how these officers are corrupt in these police departments, but we don't take the time when they do their job right to step back and say, you guys did a great job. And I don't want to hear anyone say, well, it took 5 years, but I mean, I don't care. They had literally nothing to go on except for what those girls handed them on that cell phone. That was it. 3-second video and a picture. Or actually, it was a picture of the 3-second video. So it was a 3-second video. I would have never have thought to pull my phone out. If someone was following me, you think about that. Okay, you're a little girl, 13, 14 years old. You have someone following you on a bridge. I don't know if you guys have seen pictures of this bridge. I don't wonder if I could pull it up, because I had them up today. I was just like, wow. But let's see. I'm on. Let me see here. This bridge is so high up. Oh my lordy, it is so high up. It's scary. I've been in investment in this case since it started, 2017, before I even did true crime on YouTube or anything. I've been looking at this case every 6 months, every year. Like, I'll get on Google and I'll search them and see if they found anything out. Always nothing. So this is the bridge. Let me see. Let me see. This one is it. Oh, let me see if it'll make it bigger. Yeah, so this is the bridge. It didn't really pull up the picture. This is the one I wanted to show you. Like, look at that bridge. Isn't that like, how smart? They're walking across this bridge. Think about this. You're 13, 14 years old and you're up that high. I don't care who you are. That is scary. You would not catch me near that thing. Not even looking at it. I'm too terrified of even looking at it right now. And they they were scared of the bridge. They told kids that it was all known that it was a thing for them, like a big thing to walk across this bridge. I mean, I could see that being a big thing in that town. And they walk across this bridge and this guy's following them, and she thought to take her phone out and hit, press Snapchat and record it and send it, like that's the thing. She was such a smart girl to do that. I would have never have done that at my age, even. I'm talking at like 37. I would have been too scared. Like, is he looking at me? Has he seen me doing this? Like, is he, but she really is the only reason why the case is getting solved. And not the officer, the sheriff, I think, is it the sheriff? I can't remember his name, but he's been so invested in this case, like really invested. He's been with, talking to her sister and things like that. And when he said, I don't know if you guys watched my video, but I said this in my video where they did this side by side because they did the composites. Okay. So they brought out that first composite of him where he looked kind of old and frumpy and stuff like that. And he had like the hat on, it was like it was based off of the picture that we had of him like saying down the hill off the video. And then they came out like 2 years later almost with the other picture of the new suspect that looked more of like a younger guy, not frumpy at all, more like tight, just curlier hair, very different. And I remember the investigator in the case said it's going to be a combination of the two of these individuals. And I'm like, how's that going to work? Like, really? You know what I mean? But literally, if those two individuals would have had a baby, that's the suspect, Richard Allen. That's exactly who he looks like. Like, exactly. He's all over Facebook. His wife's all over Facebook. Her account isn't privated, I guess. I haven't got on there. I don't want to harass her or anything like that because most likely she didn't know that he did this. I'm going to say she didn't know. And then also there's a couple creators that have put his little girl, they took a picture of their little girl on the High Point Bridge, the same bridge. And the little girl is like facing, just kind of like the way that Abby and Libby would have been facing taking the picture. And I think that's very eerie. Some creators have put that picture out, and I think that it's fine to put the picture out, but like blur the face of the child that's in the picture. I don't know if she's under 18 or not. That doesn't really matter. She definitely didn't know her dad did this. I'm probably 100% sure on that. And so for us to like go and just keep bossing her picture, like I'm sure they can say, well, someone else already did it, but still don't be the next person to do it. Like, don't be that person, and I said that to somebody actually earlier today. Just be the bigger person, Isn't it? Like, yeah. And I wonder what else. I think that they said that they had more things too, like that they didn't share with the public. So they do. They keep things tight to the vest, which is fine. But I wonder what those things are. And we're going to find out tomorrow at 10 a.m. So I have to be at the doctor at 9:35 a.m. Course. So I'm going to try to get there a little early. That's if my chauffeur will get me there a little early. He's going with me. And they take a while, but I think with this going to a new branch, it might be super fast. So what I'm thinking about doing is taking my laptop, going live, just putting the press conference on for you guys. If anything, if you see me live, that's what I'm doing. And then I'll just come on after the press conference is over with. And he done got back, in my head. And then you guys can see me. So yeah, hopefully I can do it. If not, I'm going to hop on that afternoon and talk to you guys about the press conference because they're going to be, I'm sure, giving out more information on who Richard Allen is, how they obtained the search or the arrest warrant, what was in the arrest warrant, how they got the arrest, warrant signed by the judge. I just want to know every single detail and I don't want to wait for court. They probably will have to have this case outside of their county. I'm assuming it's a smaller county. It's a smaller town. I think the town has 3,000 people that live there roughly. So that town knows everybody. I grew up in a town bigger than that, but I lived in a town that only had like 2,000 people, I think, live there. And everybody knew everybody. So they're not going to have a trial there. Yeah, isn't she she was so smart, Tammy. Whoa, he was scary part. He was one that developed the pictures for the girls' memorial service at CVS. His daughter had her senior pictures taken on that bridge a year after the girls were taken. Oh, so that was her senior picture. So she was younger, probably than she's probably 17. I just couldn't tell because I can't tell people's ages. I'm really bad about that. But couldn't you that's creepy. That's eerie. Yeah, I heard that he worked at CVS. Yes. So Isabel just said, did you see the photo of him where the sketch is on this fridge behind him? Creepy. Yeah. There's a picture of him. Like, I think he's on the couch or something. And the sketch is like on the refrigerator or something behind him. I saw that. I was like, oh my gosh. Oh, so he was a pharmacy tech license 1 year and 8 days after the unaliving. How can you go to school for that? I mean, how can you be like studying and like concentrating on that? Because pharmacy is hard. Like, it's not as easy as people think. I mean, I thought it was just like counting pills and like putting them in the container and here's your drugs. Like, I really seriously did not really put too much stock in it until like a couple years ago. And I found out that like, no, doctors don't know the drugs that you take. They just prescribe them. And then the pharmacist has to make sure that every drug that you're on doesn't counteract with the other drugs that you're on, like medications. And they have to know all this like chemistry and all this stuff that I did not have any clue. That I was just naive, I guess. I really was. She does look a lot like Libby. I thought that too. When I saw the picture. I thought she looked just like her if she was a little bit older. They could be sisters. It's so crazy. I wonder how their sister, okay, I think it's Libby's sister. I wonder how her sister is doing. I can't think of her name right now for some reason, but I'm just like, as soon as all this stuff came out, I thought of the families and I thought of her, especially. Yeah. I said frumpy. He looks frumpy. Kind of like dopey. Like, I don't know. I say the craziest words. So listen to this. When I was on live the other night with you guys, because I say things like, when I'm on live and I don't even realize I say them. Like, I just do that because I feel like you guys are part of my life. You guys are like kind of just like you're sitting with me right now in the same room. I don't know. I really think of it like that. Well, the other day I saw another YouTuber try to like take part of my live out of context. And she put something, I don't know what the saying was about, but I said something about my dogs were barking that day. And I was going to mute you guys, I think, to holler at them or something like that. Or I think I did. So you guys, like, I didn't bust your eardrums. And I was just like, girls. And I was like, oh, I could have said that, like, on the live because it wasn't even that loud. And this girl tried to say, I was like, I'm going to muffle my dogs or something about muffling my dogs. And what I meant was like, when you have like those things are called like muzzles, like you put them around like the dog and it like keeps their mouth closed so they don't like bite. So they don't bark. So they don't even bark when they have that on. But my dogs don't have muzzles at all. I think they wouldn't even put those on. But I meant like, that's what I meant. Like I was going to like, put a muzzle on them, but I said muffling instead of like, I don't muzzling or something. And this girl like made a video about it and made it seem like I was just like going to like almost harm my animals. And I'm not even going to go there and entertain that thought because they're my babies. They're beyond. Like, I'm going to cry almost because it's sad. Like every morning I wake up and I hug them and I tell them good morning. And I ask them how they slept the night before. Sorry. And I rub on them. And just like for someone to say that, like that I was like saying something harmful, just really upset me. So sorry that I had to get everyone a little upset, but I just wanted to like bring that. Yeah. Like the girl was a psycho. And the thing was, so I got so mad because I saw that like she was taking, like I saw she was like copywriting my videos or whatever. And I'm not, And it was literally Karen from Texas. I don't know if you're in here, but me and Karen from Texas the night before was talking about copywriting videos and things like that, because I was showing one on my channel. And I said, I don't know the laws and stuff about this. And sorry, my eyebrow was like itching, but I was like, but I'll figure it out, And so the next day, lo and behold, YouTube sends me a notification saying I was like, talked about in this video or something. And I click on it. And the girl is like, she's not really talking. She's like just like putting up words. So I didn't know what she sounded like. And I'm like, this is not for educational purposes. Like if she took my video and it was for like educational purposes or even entertainment like that, like I wouldn't care. But if you're going to do like that, that's just like, you just don't go there like ever. You just don't with me. And so, and she did. So I was like, I'm just going to like, do a copyright strike against her. Just like, I don't know. It was probably petty, but I was just like, I'm just going to do it and nip it at the bud to begin with, because I'm not going to, if I let her do it, then, everyone will think they could just do that. And she only has 40 subscribers. So it wasn't like I'm like, out there being blasted everywhere. But when I just saw that, I don't know, it just really affected me. So then the next day, actually, she did it with 2 videos. So that's kind of why I was a little upset. But I don't know what the other video, she really wasn't making fun of me, really. I don't know what she was doing in that one. Well, come to find out, she's not from the United States, or if she lives in the United States, her accent is extremely heavy. I'm thinking, I'm not good with accents, but it's a very strong, like Czech maybe, like, I don't know, like a Russian accent. But I couldn't understand a lot that she was saying, but she was talking about how she got copyright stricken. So she did another video about me, and I knew it was going to happen. I actually think I commented that. I was like, okay, I'm going to strike you for this. Like, I think I said that. I was like, and I know you're going to end up making another video about me. Like, so go ahead. And she was just like, oh, like copyright strike me. I'm shaking in my boots or something like that. And I'm like, how old are we? Okay. So then I was like, okay, I'm just going to do it. And it took me like an hour really to do these. So it does take a while to copyright someone, because you have to know like the timestamps and everything. Like you have to know like when it was done and like when it was said and everything. So they ended up taking them down, but she ended up like making another video, which the other video was kind of funny because you can't understand anything. Like everybody that was like, no, there was like 3 comments on it and they were just like, you look pretty. And I think she was saying I flip my hair a lot in my videos, but my hair hasn't even been down in my videos for like over a week because I've had this eye patch on. This is like my first night. I think maybe last night I did too. I had my hair down, maybe. But I was like, are you really? I was like, I don't flip my hair, but let me try. I got to get it down, guys. I'll have to work on that. I can't even pronounce your name. I'm going to call you Xana. Is that good? I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so bad at that. He worked in pharmacy, but he did not he was not the pharmacist. He did other stuff, not medicine stuff. Oh, okay. I was told today that Richard Allen's daughter is like 25 now. Oh, and Libby would be 19, 20. Oh, but she would be. But I think that was her 8th grade picture on the bridge, and she is closer to that girl's an age. Yeah, I didn't know how old she was in that picture, but she looks older in the picture. She could be anywhere. To me, it looks like that girl was anywhere from like 16 to like 25. I don't know. I'm horrible at ages. Let me read these comments really quick. She did it to A to Z, or Justice A to Z. Hold on. Oh, you want to know who it is? I can't remember the girl's name. I'll have to look it up. Let me see. I think I have her on here. But I was just like, and she was like talking about like her makeup, and maybe it's because I've been talking about like not being able to do my makeup. Maybe that was the joke. I don't know. If you guys want to watch the video and you can tell me what it means. Because I'm like, I don't even know what it means. But I'm just glad someone's talking about me. I'm just kidding. I don't like people talking about me, but oh yeah. Okay. Luca Eskew. And she did a new video. But this one is the one that there's one on here that she did. And I don't want to say like the title or anything, so I don't even know what you can say on here because I don't want her to try to copyright me, but we're promoting your channel. It is a video on here, and it was from 2 days ago, and her name is Luca Escu. I'll put it in the chat because I can't really type it. I mean, I don't know if you can spell it like I'm saying it. But it looks like she put in a couple more videos. Oh, she's got 44 subscribers, so maybe I helped her. I hope. I put that in there. Yeah, that was her name. I was just like, oh my gosh. Let me go through your chats a little bit. And as I'm going through your chats, if you guys would, if you like the content, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to be alerted to all new content that I put out. I do release stuff like every single day, so there's always a good chance that I will put something out. So if you don't see a notification for that day, check back, because I guess sometimes YouTube really does uncheck the notifications, and I guess they really do unsubscribe people. So just double check and make sure you guys are subscribed. I thought that was a YouTube thing. Like when I would hear that on other channels, like they'd say, oh, sometimes like, so YouTube, they like unsubscribe you. And I was just like, no way. They're just trying to get people subscribed. And I was like, good, sales tactic. So I was talking to one of you guys actually yesterday, and she told me she got unsubscribed and didn't know how. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's a true thing. So just always make sure you check to make sure you're subscribed to me and all your other favorite content creators. There's some good ones out there, but there are some bad ones. Oh, you saw her once, but you don't remember because she was boring. Yeah, and I feel like sometimes like some of the stuff I say sounds like I'm a bully because I say stuff about like Betty and all that, and I don't try to be a bully. I really don't, but I just have an opinion. That's a strong one. It's a very strong one. My parents gave it to me. They told me that I should be. When I was a kid, they told me they're like, be a lawyer. You love to argue, and I do to an extent. I don't like to yell or get ugly or any of that or mess up my hair or none of that stuff. But like, I like a good debate. If there's facts, I like to debate and just see how they got their facts, because especially like on YouTube, if you see like another chat and you see me like go, oh, like, how did you come to that conclusion? It's only because I'm really trying to learn too, as more of an investigation like way of for my own channel, so that maybe their way of finding information is a little bit easier than my way. And I'm not trying to like take their idea or anything, but work together in a way, like to, find facts. Queen of the Rabbit Hole said before he got his pharmacy tech license, he did other. Oh, okay, no, he said it. He did other things at CVS because he was the one that developed the pictures of the girls. Oh, and he at no charge, of course. Oh, see, was it you? Yeah, you got unsubbed. I don't know if it was you that I was talking to yesterday, Tammy, but yeah, and like my live, guys. I know I keep forgetting to say that. Like my live, love my live. I don't have any mods yet. I try to keep it more personal in here. I've noticed that the chat is starting to move a little faster, but I don't even know how to like slow those kind of things. Maybe we can do it here. I'll bet right here. Maybe. I don't know. I have to look at it. So I see other people, they'll like they'll put on there where you can make the chat kind of like slow down or something, but I don't need it to now. It's fine. Because he felt guilty. That's why. Yeah. It's sick. Like, we'll pay the $20 or $30 it was for these pictures. You know what I mean? Like, that's just, and he lived 3.5 miles away from the bridge. And someone said that actually, if you were walking there and you didn't drive there, like the 3.5 miles, it's actually like closer in area if you were to like go, straight across or something. That's just so bad. It was me yesterday. I was actually unsubbed from a few channels I follow. Oh, see? Yeah, I didn't unsub you, girl. Because I'm like, where would Tammy be? I know what people are missing. I do. Oh, I guess Miss Kelly, maybe she got off. Let's say she usually says bye, and I don't see nothing in there. She said her phone was acting funny earlier. I love chilling with you guys. You guys are my favorite people. Like I was talking about that last night. You know, one of you guys, I think it was, I forget, one of you guys asked me last night, you know, what I do to keep like motivated and stuff and stay positive and things like that. And I don't know, I've been thinking about that. And I think I stayed positive so much now. I think at the time of my accident, it was because I had no other choice. It was either in my mind, in some beautiful way, my brain was like, you're not going to go to negative Tanya. Like negative Tanya was gone. Procrastinistic Tanya was gone. Unorganized Tanya was just gone from like, it was like I hit my head and woke up and was like, things were like a little better in that aspect. So I think I just didn't have a choice but to stay positive because my legs were broken. They didn't know if I was going to keep them. So they were like, okay, well, you might keep your legs or whatever. So when they were like, you're going to keep them, yay, you know, I was happy about that. I was like, okay, now I have to learn how to walk again. And so it was me that had to learn because my mom couldn't learn for me. That wasn't going to do me any good. And for some reason in my head, I knew that and I didn't dwell on it. Every morning, when the hospital workers would come in to wake me up for the day, I was always really cheerful. Hey, how are you? Maybe it was because they were coming in to give me drugs every morning. Maybe that's why I was so damn chipper. I don't know, but I really was. I was always happy, always positive. And then when I can't be positive now is really when I kind of just do my YouTube and I come on here and I hang out with you guys, talk to you guys, and then it carries me over to the next day. It makes me feel good. It's really therapeutic. So if you're ever thinking, you know, you need some good therapy, start a YouTube channel or just come over and hang out on mine. And we'll give you some free counseling over here. And it might do you better than actually going to see a therapist from what I've been experiencing. I had just been watching the Daryl Brooks trio. Oh, I like this thing covering. That's why I can't see. A trial, I'm sorry. And then it hit me. I hadn't seen anything since your first eye surgery video. So I searched you to make sure you're okay. And I was like, oh, dang it. Oh, I'm glad that you remembered me. It was like, my accident was 9 years ago. In February, it'll be 10 years. It'll mark 10 years. So it has been a long time. I've had a long time to process. But there are days that it's hard. There are days that I want to cry all the time, you know? And so that's what I told you guys whenever like music, I just try to switch up my music. I try not to listen to anything too sad or things like that. Cause there's certain songs that I just cannot listen to, or I will like lose it. I will just break it down. One of the songs are, what is it? Whiskey Lullaby, the country song with, who is it? Brad. Can't think of his last name. And then it has the girl that sings. It's the Alison Krauss and Brad Paisley. I had to think about it for a minute. But like that song, it's about, you know, two alcoholics pretty much that they're so wrong for each other, but they're right for each other. And they end up passing away. And it reminds me of my parents so freaking much that I cannot just even listen to the beginning of that song. I start to get like emotional. And so I just don't listen to it, even though I love the song and it's a beautiful song. I just can't listen to it. So that's what I do too. I just kind of ignore the bad songs, sad songs. Yeah, it's like you have a choice to sink or swim. Yeah, you are right. I can't believe I've been on here for an hour and a half. That's I was only going to come on for an hour tonight. Yeah, my accident was a while ago, but it feels like it was just yesterday. I have tons of videos too, because I started doing YouTube in 2020 during COVID, just as like an outlet to kind of talk to people, and because we weren't allowed out. So I was like, okay, well, what can I do? And it seemed like everybody at the time was kind of just starting a YouTube channel. And when I was looking at a couple of videos earlier today and I couldn't even watch them, they were so embarrassing. I thought about taking a lot of the old ones down and using them as like content for like you guys to laugh about. But I think I'm just gonna leave them up there because they're me. They're my growth. I know a lot of content creators, they delete a lot of videos, but I've never really deleted any of my videos other than if it's been a live I've messed up or something. That's the only thing I've ever deleted. So everything is original. The first video I've ever done is the original first video. So it's very interesting. Tanya, did you have muscle repair surgery on your eye? So no, they didn't have to repair the muscles. I actually, there's like 7 muscles for movement or something in your eye. Those muscles were all saved from the accident. So they actually kind of just, in their way, they like kind of mold onto my prosthetic. But I didn't have to have that. I actually just had a couple surgeries done where they, I'm not taking off my eye patch. I'm just like itching my eye there. But they just did a lower eyelid lift, and they did something with the top of my eyelid because it's like super swollen, like right here. They put cartilage in somewhere to like lift it from the back of my ear and the side of my ear. And then they didn't close it. Well, that's a partial. Because there's been something that's kind of like, I could see something like on the slit because my eye's closed almost, but it's like kind of opening. And I don't know what that's been today. So it's been kind of bothering me. But so those are the surgeries I had. I had them on my phone. Like I tried to pronounce them the other day on here and I was like, oh my God, this is so bad. But I'm going to do a full video on it tomorrow. I think I'll probably do the video in the car, most likely on the way up to Columbus. Or maybe I'll do it after the live tonight. Because I wanted to do a video on my eye because a lot of people still watch my channel, for my prosthetic stories. So if you ever see any story about like with prosthetic in the title, just be aware it might be a prosthetic video. But normally they're very clean. They're not very graphic videos. They're not graphic at all. So you can watch them. This one tomorrow, it might be a little more graphic because I'm going to see if Vincent will videotape me kind of like while I'm at the doctor's while he's opening my eye. But kind of depending on how much his stomach can handle and if they let him go back with me or not, which I don't see them having a problem with that. But do you guys know if you can go back with people in Ohio? I guess every state's different. I don't know if you can go back with me or not. They were really short with him going back with me during surgery this time. It was really weird. Does anybody else have any other questions though? I'm going to probably head off here soon because I do have to wake up early and I want to see Vincent a little bit. He's probably out there sleeping though. Last night when I got off the live, I walk out there and he's putting the blinds up. And I'm like, are you kidding? I was like, I thought you were taking the dogs out or something. I was like, I would have totally just stayed on my live for longer. But he did go get some food. He went to go get me some Subway. We normally don't eat out this often. We've ate out the last 2 nights. Normally he cooks. He cooks more than I do. And he hasn't cooked the last couple of nights, but that's fine. It's the weekend. After my surgery, I used to cook before my surgery. I used to really like to cook. And then after my surgery, after my car accident, the doctors told me no cooking. I was in a wheelchair for 6 months after I left the hospital. So due to me being in a wheelchair, they didn't want me like handling anything hot on a stovetop or in a microwave and potentially burning my legs and burning myself and having to go back into the hospital. So my mom started cooking for me. And then I met Vincent 4 or 5 months after my mom passed away. I met him. Today's my mom's 7-year anniversary. And February will be our anniversary. So I met him. So it's been like the best thing that I could have gotten. And if I had to replace my mom in any kind of way, she would have picked him. But I would never replace her. But you guys know what I mean. If I had to have someone there to, guide me and be there and care about me as much as your mom would during surgeries, go back with you, take care of you, get you anything you need. Don't even have to ask. He's already there with it. He's the best. So do you have a prosthetic eye? I wasn't sure. Yeah, I do. But I thought so. My grandma had a stroke in her eye. Oh, and got a prosthetic eye. You should ask her. I don't know if she's still around, but you should ask her because I know someone else in the chat last night, their brother had one. Ask her if her eyelashes changed textures, like if they are thicker now or if they are more brittle. Mine are like thicker. They're just different. They're just they grow. Maybe they grow in differently because like the way you set your eye in or something. But there's just something different about them. And I don't have a whole lot of people to talk to yet about prosthetic eyes. It's not a whole, a lot of people have them, but not a lot of people know about my channel, I don't think yet. Oh, good night. Oh, I gotta get up at 3:30. Oh man. Oh, I have to have Brooklyn home by 6. Oh. And then you have to have you to work at 8. Well, you have a good night, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow on the live for the Delphi press conference. Hopefully I can stream that tomorrow at 10. I do. I've given up on all that. You got your fur babies. Yeah, I see. And then that was my thing. Me and Rocky, my cat, came with me. He is part of my life for the last 14 years. So Vincent takes really good care of him, and it's so freaking sweet because he's known him 7 years now. So he's really good to the animals too. It says a lot about a person, the way they treat their animals and their girlfriend. Yeah, I've heard about a stroke in the eye before. I almost like look like I've had a stroke, like because my face, it like, I don't know how to explain it, but like sometimes when I smile, it's a little bit like funky a little bit. It used to be really bad when I first had my accident, and then with just the movement of muscles and like learning how to rebuild them around that new tissue and around the new like hardware they put in there, the screws and metal and plates. They put wedges and donor tissue and cartilage now, all kinds of stuff. Oh, hers got thicker and longer. Mine too. That's what happened to mine. Okay. That's crazy. Yeah, see, that's what it is. It's a lot of muscle and like mine's a lot of nerve damage for sure. For sure. Where's my papers? Do I have anything else here? Make sure I haven't missed anything. And I didn't know about all the other channels too, where the girls just sit there and like they cuss each other out. So I'm gonna look on those a lot more because that's fun. No, those girls were stressing me out. I think I told you about it last night. I have like right down here. Oh, I guess like some of those channels, the women on there, like they beg people to buy like off their Amazon wish list. I heard about this on a live today. There was like these two people and they're just like screaming like at each other. And she was like, somebody took my Amazon wish list and put everything in their cart, and it took me 2 hours to make that wish list, and now it's gone. And I'm like, are you really crying about an Amazon wish list that you made for free stuff that you don't really need? That's free. Okay, sister. But I can't. MJL was one of them. Bombshell Reloaded was one of them. I saw that on. They just cuss each other out. How many titanium parts do you have? I saw that question. Okay, let's see. 7 to 9 metal plates in my face. We're not real sure there because they just keep kind of adding and they don't really tell me how many. So I had 5, and then I've had like 3 more surgeries. So they usually put 1 or 2 pieces in each. So that's a lot of metal in my chin, through my face, on the right side there. I do have a lot of pictures, and I think a lot of them I need to make my videos and put my new pictures, put my pictures into them, like edit them in. I don't know if all of them have my pictures or not. It looks like literally like my face, like I have a chain right here going down because it has like screws and bolts. And it looks literally like screws that you buy at Home Depot and a bolt that you would put in your wall. It looks just like that, but they're titanium. I have the plates in my face. I did have metal in my wrist with plates and screws, but they took that out. I have metal in both tibia bones, and then metal plates and screws and all that good stuff, hardware in my left foot and my second metatarsal. So I am definitely a bionic badass. You're right, girl. I am. I have a lot. Yeah, like it's just creating drama. It's just too much. I can't do all that. I can't even listen to it. I'm like, how can y'all be listening to this for so long? Like, it's just too loud. Like all the drama, it's just too much. But yeah, I've been through a lot, I guess, after that accident. And then the day of my surgery, when I thought I was going to lose my legs, my nephew was 6 months old. God, at the time he's still the cutest little thing I've ever seen in my life, and he's 9. But he was so sick with some sort of upper respiratory infection kind of thing where I remember they had to put like an oxygen on him, and it had like a little elephant, And so my brother was taking my mom to the hospital this whole time. And he was like, Mom, I just can't take you today because, Dominic, he's sick. And that's my brother's baby. So, I mean, obviously. And so my mom, I remember her calling me at like 7 or 8 a.m. and her just telling me like over the phone. I was already back to like surgery, kind of like prepping for it. And her telling me like she wasn't going to be able to make it. And I wanted to like cry so bad because I was just like, oh my God. I remember like I can picture myself like laying in the bed in this hallway, just like freaking out in my mind. And I got off the phone and the girl was like, probably like, I don't know, the nurse, she was probably like 20. She was so happy to be a nurse. And you just like, I couldn't cry in front of her. I was like, I just can't be upset in front of this girl. She is so happy to be here. And then my doctor came up and she was like all of 5'3", maybe, like so small. And she's this orthopedic surgeon that's one of the best. Like, I heard that she's the best on the East Coast. Her name is Laura Pfeiffer. I mean, phenomenal lady. And she comes around the corner with her crew and they're all of her like doctors because it's Ohio State. So a lot of them have, a lot of surgeons, they already have a huge team, a medical team, that backs them. But now they have their students also. And she was like mother hen. Literally, I calmed down as soon as I started hearing her talk. She was like, this is Tanya over here. She was like so stern. Like they were all like very like standing up very straight. And she was like, she is a 27 or 28, I can't remember how old it was, 8-year-old female. She is here to get surgery. We are going to try to repair her legs any way that we can repair her legs. We are going to give this girl her legs back. And like, she's like, but if we do have to take them and like, she started talking about that. She's like, but we're not. And I don't even think she thought, I knew that she didn't think I could hear her, but I did. And I literally was like, I'm safe. And so I was like, okay, I felt better. And I went back, and when I came back out, I still had my legs. So thanks, guys. So I was like so happy just to have them. And then after that, I had to wear these boots because I thought my legs were going to drop. So I had to wear these boots to keep them like up at night, sleep. It was terrible because you couldn't like, I'm a side sleeper and I still haven't been able to sleep on my side, but I couldn't roll over because the boots, they were like space boots, like those things you walk like in space with. I could not, it was bad. So, but I always remember to put them on. Always remembered. But yeah, that's a little bit about my hospital stay. And then what really got me motivated to walk was I had a friend. He does a lot of the sound for different sporting, like Major League Baseball, the NFL, like huge companies. He does their sound for these companies. And he would tell me, you walk this many feet this week, and I will buy you everything you have in your Victoria's Secret shopping cart. Because he knew I just love to shop there. Just like I love their like hoodies and stuff, the workout stuff. And so he was a really good friend of mine. And so every time I would surpass them because I'm like, I'm getting that stuff in my cart. And so my last cart was like $1,100. And he was like, I will buy you it all. And I was like, what? Because I was like, I have to delete some of that stuff out there. And he's like, no. He's like, I'll buy it all if you can do 650 steps like by Friday. And I did 678. So I got it. I was so excited. I told him he didn't have to do that. And he's like, no, I want to, like he felt like it was something nice to kind of keep me motivated. And it did. It really kept me motivated. Okay. Not too bad, I guess. I can hear the dogs whenever they start to like, I think they get antsy. They're like, where's mom? Because my one dog, she can't live life like without me. I don't know. She's so silly. She's a boxer pit mix, and she is the biggest badass. When she's outside, that's her neighborhood. She's running the show. Don't mess with her. Inside, our Weimaraner runs it all day. She won't even jump on the bed without like the dog. Like she thinks the dog's going to get her, and the dog's not going to get her. The Weimaraner is the biggest baby on the earth. So I always have to get her on the bed or get her in a spot. Today I had her in here with me. But she wouldn't stay sitting down, so she wanted to go out there. So I let her go out because I was going to have her on my live tonight. She's my girl. I instantly go defense mama bear mode. Yeah, my mom did that a couple times, especially in the hospital. The Tin Man from Wizard of Oz. I know, right? It feels like that in the wintertime when I get up. I feel like I need like my oil. I say like I need oil on me, but it is like that. Yeah, I can't stand the raising the voice. I'm like, are they going to stop arguing? Because I know that they're true crime channels, like a lot of those channels, because I've looked on, like, so, you know, I'm like, oh, what kind of channel is this? Because it's on my For You page. So it's like, okay, it has to be true crime because it's at the top. And then I click on and they're just screaming and cussing. And I'm like, I just step in, like, I mean, it's bad. I don't even know where you'd find that kind of vulgar language like that. It's like a bar at 2:00 and you just cut everybody off. Coffee equals oil. You got that right. Oh, it's something. Oh, oh, the cops are there. That's what I was waiting on. Okay, guys, I'm gonna look on here and see if I can find it. I'll let you guys know before we hop off because I don't know if I can play his live on my channel. That's why I've had my other iPad. My iPad's in the living room. This one's Vincent's. I've had his charging in case because it's Halloween weekend. Hello, I knew someone was gonna pop off. I was waiting on this. I was waiting. Closing time. You gotta go, but you can't stay here. That's what I'm about to start saying to people. But that's what they used to say at the bars where I grew. That song actually came on at one of the places. Let me see. Okay, live. I don't see him on here, but I gotta look him up because I know how I'm not. Oh yeah, the fight. It says fight at the house. Cops here. You already know that they done left before the cops got there, but we all have to watch it. What I tried. I don't know if this works, but I'm always like, I don't want to give them my views though. I get mad because I'm like, I'm not going to watch anything all the way through. So I always like try to like skip through parts because I'm like, you know, and then I'll go back and watch because I'm like, I don't want to give them money that they don't need. So look, because like that's what they tell their subs. I always want to call you guys guest too because like I don't know my guest, but I don't know. I just think that you know them telling their subscribers like, you know, if we don't get the money to go here, we can't go here. And then, you know, just like it almost forces people to feel bad and like, you know, do things they shouldn't be doing. So it was a good fight. Oh, you got in a fight with someone on Facebook today because they were bullying a friend of mine that had been in a really bad car wreck and her husband left her while she was in a coma. That's so wrong. That's worse than mine, but I have one. The guy that I was dating before I was in the hospital was a total waste of life. I didn't see that. My mom saw that. She literally told me, Tanya, I hate him. I physically hate him. My mom never hated anybody. She never said that word. That hate's a horrible word to use, you know. She really was like not that person. She's like, there's something I don't like him. So about 2 weeks before my car accident, or about a week before my car accident, he ends up leaving my house with his ex-girlfriend. Come to find out, he had been cheating on me the whole time. I was working. I was the only one working. So while I was working and I was a server, he was coming getting money. I thought he was walking our dog, being with our dog. He was actually having my mom watch the dog, and he was with the dog, his ex. And he was the dog too. So he left. They got back together. I didn't even know this. When I was in the hospital, while I'm in the hospital, they get married. So at the time, I thought it was like the worst thing ever. But then I got in a car accident and I was like I had to concentrate on me, you know, so I was just like, whatever. And then I met Vincent and he's so handsome and he's so good and he's so good. And he's so 100% opposite. And now I look at pictures of Ryan on Facebook. Well, I haven't looked in years, but last time I looked, he was really, really bad looking. Really bad. Like really bad looking. Like I'm not just saying that. Like he went downhill. Like I don't even know the person that I dated. I don't even think he's underneath all that stuff all that mess. So karma, it does sometimes take a little longer. Tell them to stay off Facebook. They can't say something nice, won't say nothing at all, right? Like really, I don't even get on there. People are just too much. I hate cheaters. Yeah. Yeah, like I remember the day that he left, he said that he was just going to get his suitcase off the front porch because that day we got in a big fight, got in a big argument. And my mom was like, do you want me to go out and check on him? because it had been like 10, 15 minutes. And I knew in my heart, I knew he had left with her. I just knew something was up that whole time. I'm smart, but I was so dumb by love. So when it finally hit me, I was like, I knew something was wrong. I just kind of was starting to come out of the clouds. You know what I mean? And I finally came out of it. And thank God I did. Because, man, my mom really hated him. She really did. And I think she had something to do. She was like, if I have anything to do with this, I'm going to make sure my girl is good. Because, I didn't get paid for my car accident. So that's what my friends always tell me. They're always like, Tanya, I'm so jealous of your relationship. And, your boyfriend's so nice to you and so good to you. And, I mean, he's like really good to me. And I tell them this. I'm like, hey, guys, I didn't get any money from this car accident I was in. It's not like I'm over here sitting pretty for life or anything like that. So that's where I got my good luck. My best friend, 40 years, left her family at Christmas for my ex-fiance, my first love, girl code honey, not good. Oh my God, do not buy what, Miss Kelly? Of your best friend, 40 years? Wow. Heck no, you're not supposed to be friends with her. No. No. That's not normal. People that do that don't know. They just be a grown up, I don't know. Me and Vincent, we never argue, but we used to get in arguments a little bit when we first started dating. We've gotten like maybe 3, is like not some. It was literally like 3. And it was only because he didn't know how to approach me. I can get vocal, and he didn't know what the hell to do with a person because he had never dated anybody before. So I'm over there like screaming, probably, and he's just like, okay. So he would just peace out. But that's not what you do. With me anyway. I hate being ignored. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I will freaking kill. Okay, I can't say that on YouTube. But I will find you and I will hunt you. You know what I mean? I hate being ignored because I want, when you want to say something and they just ignore you, and he can do it for days. Literally. He's so good at it. He's so good at it. He's only done it a few times. So then we were in an argument one time, and he walks in the bedroom and he said, what can I do to fix it? Literally, I was like, that was it. And it was the end of the argument, just because he said that. So anytime we get an argument, he says, hey, what can I do to fix it? And then we are usually pretty good. So if anyone's hearing this in the background, guys, take some hints, take some notes. They were asking you where she was. I would be like, oh man, I wouldn't even know what to do with that. My husband's niece just married my husband's daughter, ex-stepdad. Okay, that's too much for me to my brain to even process. My husband's niece just married my husband's daughters. That's like all the way around the bus. Like, oh my gosh. You are, I don't even know you. Yeah, I mean, I've never cheated. I just always think that it's just kind of just call them and break up with them. Say bye. Or like, there's just so many other things that you can do. Like, really, just say bye. It's easy as that. My mom used to say, like, she used to tell my boyfriends this, like, a couple boyfriends, that I had. She's like, don't mess with her. She's like, she will break up with you and she'll straight look you dead in the eye and not even cry, not even, my voice won't even change, nothing. Like, it'll be like, we're talking right now. Like, bye. We're breaking up. Goodbye. See ya. Talk to you tomorrow. See you at school. And it was only because if I wasn't like that, guys would cry or something. And then I'm like, I didn't want to hear it. That sounds mean, but I don't want to hear it when you're in high school. Like, you're just trying to end it. You know what I mean? And I was always the one that was ending it, I guess. So my mom was like, she's evil. And I'm like, no, Mom, it's like ripping off a Band-Aid. Just like ripping off a Band-Aid. But if he ever did that to me, I swear to God, I wouldn't be like, no, ripping off no Band-Aid. He needs some Band-Aids. Just kidding. I wonder if their live was over. I wonder how long it was. I think it said 49 minutes. Or no, 56 minutes. So I believe it's 3 cop cars there. Oh my gosh. We don't have a family tree. It's more like poison ivy. My husband's also my step brother. My dad married his mom 8 years after we got married. All right, let me do that. Wait, it's more like a poison ivy. It still make me laugh. My husband is also my stepbrother. Okay. My dad's married his mom. Okay, 8 years after we got married. Man, I can't even. I can see that they're like on my brother's side of the family, like on his wife's side, them kind of like doing something like that because there's just so many of them. Like literally, they'd have to literally go down the family tree and town where they live just to see if they could date. I heard that Sass came out. Oh, the Sass would come out if he tried to leave. Hmm. Pumpkins at dawn were born, but yeah, did you see the pumpkins? Yeah, they were carving pumpkins. And remember, I said that on my live a couple weeks ago or a couple days ago. I don't know, maybe a week ago. Like that, people were trying to get like the police department to bring pumpkins for them to carve, for the kids to carve. So I guess that wasn't true. Oh no, she saw a mouse. Miss Kelly saw a mouse. You're on your own there. I know, isn't that funny? Well, I am going to hop off here because I can hear my dogs out there like scurrying around. Plus, I have to get up super early because I have to go to the doctor. But does anybody have any questions for me before I hop off here? I hate to get off. I mean, I'm still fine talking to you guys. I could probably talk to you guys like all night. And I used to say, like, to Vincent, when I first started going back into YouTube, I was like, I'm only going to do like an hour live or 20-minute live. And now it's been like always like 2 hours. I like it. I asked the police department to bring pumpkins, and it was true. Yeah, they did ask. Yeah. Who asks that? And I swear someone said something about hay rides so that the parents could sit there and scream, and then the kids could be like picked back up or whatever, so the kids can go or, like off into do a hay ride, and then the parents fight, and then the kids get dropped back off at the end. Like that doesn't even make sense. The law in the state says like for the disorderly conduct, if you have kids under the age of 14 in the presence of this crap, it's to call it disorderly conduct. These parents that have kids there that are under 14 and they're hearing all this slander and all these words and these screaming and the cussing and the fighting, those parents can all be charged and taken away in jail. Betty thinks she knows the law. Betty don't know nothing. Betty don't know her hand from her ass. Sorry. I had to get that out because I'm just like, man, Betty is just, when she keeps talking about being all about, the Constitution, and she knows the law, and she's about rights, and she knows about the law, and she knows the law. And I'm like, I think the only thing about the law she knows is she knows when to get out of there before the law gets there. Oh, it's Isabel's. Yep, it's Isabel's time to go to bed. Blowhorn Betty asked. I called her backdoor Betty, I think, yesterday. We have a great fun group here. Love it. Needed a good uplift. Yes, we are a good group. I really do I love this channel. Like I really do. And the only time I'm going to be like, man, banning people is if they just come in here and they're just stupid, because nobody has been stupid on my channel. Like in my group, really. We have a couple people that like come in, they try to like drop up like their sex things or like bots or whatever. But you guys always catch them. If I don't catch them first, you're on it because I don't have mods, and I appreciate that from you guys. And other than that, I've never had a fight in my chat that I've seen. If it's been on there, I haven't seen it, and always let me know. But I think that it's always a good chat. We keep it good here, and we can have fun, and we can cuss, and we can be like whatever, and be adults and talk like adults without having to scream and get stuff done too. And I am still working on stuff for Quentin Simon, of course. Have my little list wrote down, so I will have that stuff at the end of the week, all about the fundraiser and the donations and things for him. Miss Kelly, I know I'm like wide awake too, but I gotta get off here because I gotta go to bed. Because it's like the lights, and then like talking to you guys gets me all like ready. But oh, you love the lives. All good. You and the chat are so much fun. Have a great appointment and see y'all tomorrow. Love you. Oh, we love you too. And I will see you guys all tomorrow. I'm going to I want to get up here. I want to get a good laugh at this as the cops come in. I hope that they get arrested, one of them. Like just arrest one of them, please. Like I don't care which one, but just one. It would entertain me. Oh, I hear the guy out there coughing. He must be smoking his 30th cigarette, which is fine, but he just coughs after every puff. We all did become best friends. That's so funny. All righty. Well, you guys have so much fun for the rest of your evening. It is kind of still early. It's 10:30. You never know. But hopefully somebody gets arrested, and hopefully hopefully it's one of those YouTube creators over there, because it's going to be, you already know, somebody that said something dumb. Probably some pregnant woman that shouldn't be over there, because I've seen like 3 or 4 of them over there. Like, what are you doing here? Why are you pregnant in here? Also, if I hear one more person talk about how they lost their child to CPS and they're over there because they lost their child and they can't believe she had hers, I'm going to throw up. It's just a bad look. It's just don't even bring yourself over there to do that, But I am going to get out of here because my eye's messing with me. You guys are so funny. But I love y'all, and I will see you guys in my next live, which will be tomorrow. Hopefully at 10 a.m. I'll be able to come on. I'll try to come on a little before then if I am able to make the 10 o'clock live. If not, I forgot to put it. I was going to reference it. In my video, I said I'm going to try to put the references from the video in the bottom for you guys to watch the live tomorrow, and I totally forgot to do that. So I'll tell you where you can watch the live really quick. I think I have the paper here somewhere. And if not, it's just up on the dresser. Okay, right here. So I don't know if you guys want to watch the conference. If you don't catch it on my live, if you watch it like TV, I got TV, radio, and all that stuff. So on radio, if you're going to watch it or listen to it on the radio, you can watch it on 1190 AM, 107 or 107.5 FM. So that's the radio. I even got the radio for you guys. 1190 AM and then 107.5 FM. YouTube, WGN News will have it. Zab Girl, she said she was going to, of course, have it live, streaming live, and I'm going to try to have it live. If you're watching it TV, NBC, Chicago, or any NBC, I believe, network will have it on there for free to view. If not, if none of those things work, which they should, because I looked them up, just Google, and I'm sure you guys will find it, or just go to the live tab on your YouTube, and one of us will pop up. So you guys have a good night. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Oh, she's got a cat in the house, and she's done named him, so that's her pet. So the 17-year-old says that Mom was talking about the radio. That's funny. Yeah, I still listen to radio. Actually, I just bought a new Bluetooth, and it has an FM, AM, FM radio, and I was really excited about that because now I can leave little music on for my dogs when I'm not here. So, yeah, I listen to the radio still. I'm old school. Well, you guys have a beautiful evening, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys. And let me know, drop me in the comments anything you guys want to ask me. Also, please like, share, comment, all that good stuff on my video, and go subscribe to my page and join my membership. That way you guys can get membership perks. Bye, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.